Chapter 1, Elistakhlak, the creation. Tablet 13, the fashioning of the Adamah-Kadmon, 19 to 3 = 57. Lo, O those beings who were fashioned by the command of the Most High Anu, seek knowledge even unto the grave, if but you know what is good for you. I speak to you, you must take this knowledge with a full overstanding. 2. Listen to me, O beings of the Adamah. Anu Alun-El, most glorified and exalted, sent the Anunnaki from the four corners of the planet Earth to fetch soil for the flesh of your father, who is called Adam, for he was an earthling, and Zakar, one who remembers, for he is to remember. 3. Yet his name is Kadmon, to be fashioned at the four rivers. These wise Anunnaki scientists were 4. Gabriy'El, 5. Murdiyk'El, 6. Izrafi'El, 7. Izraa'El, 8. Nu Alun-El, most glorified and exalted, then ordered the Elohim to bathe the soul of Kadmon. You would know the secret of death, but how shall you find it unless you seek it in the heart of life? The owl, whose night-bound eyes are blind unto the day, cannot unveil the mystery of light. If you would indeed behold the spirit of death, open your heart wide unto the body of life. For life and death are one, even as the river in Yam and the sea are one. In the depth of your hopes and desires lies your silent knowledge of the beyond. And like seeds dreaming beneath the snow, your heart dreams of spring. Trust the dreams, for in them is the gate to eternity. Your fear of death is but the trembling of the shepherd when he stands before the king whose hand is to be laid upon him in honor. Is the shepherd not joyful beneath his trembling, that he should wear the mark of the king? Yet is he not more mindful of his trembling? For what is it to die but to stand naked in the wind and to melt into the sun? And what is to cease breathing but to free the breath from its restless tides, that it may rise and expand and seek Anu unencumbered? Only when you drink from the river of silence shall you indeed sing. And when you have reached the mountain top, then you shall begin to climb. When Tiamat, the planet Earth, shall claim your limbs, then shall you truly dance. 10. Which he created 1,000 years before his body. 11. In the sea of glory which proceeded from himself, called Kauthar. 12. He commanded it to illuminate his yet lifeless form. The soul hesitated, for it was unwilling to enter into the flesh. But Anu, Alun-El, most glorified and exalted, commanded. 16. You must animate Kadmon, even against your will. And as the punishment of your disobedience, 18. You shall one day be separated from him also against your will. 19. This is speaking of human beings dying. And because his soul refused to come into the small shell to be imprisoned here, 21. Anu, Alun-El, most glorified and exalted, condemned him, 22, and said, Now this same soul will wish one day not to leave him when the Anunnaqi of Death comes. 23. The Anunnaqi of Death stood by witnessing all of these things with tears in his eyes. Anu, Alun-El, most glorified and exalted, told Izraa'El, son of Anu and Ed, also spelled Ed. 24. Depart, for I have made you Anunnaqi of Death. 25. I have placed the taking of the soul of Kadmon and his seed, the Adamites, into your power. 20. These words, Izraa'El began to weep, saying, 27. Amongst you, children of Kadmon, there will be news-bearers who will undoubtedly hate me on this account. 28. Anu, who is the Most High, Alun-El, rejoined, I shall send so many complaints and diseases upon human beings, 29, that they shall not hate you, and their deeds shall not be a cause of grief to you. 30. This means that human beings will be so preoccupied in the pleasures of this world that they shall not even notice death. 31. It is said that the Anunnaki of Death has a seat in the skies. 32. Alun-El, most glorified and exalted, created it from light. 33. One of his 2 feet is on the bridge of hell, and the other is on the seat in the enclosed garden. It is said of his magnitude that where the water of the seas and rivers poured on his head, 35, not a drop would fall on the planet Earth. It is said that if Anu, Alun-El, most glorified and exalted, put all the world near the Anunnaki of Death, 36, it would be like a table placed before a human being so that he might eat when he likes of it. So the Anunnaki, Elohim of Death, turned the world of creatures about as a human being turns a coin. As for the knowledge of the end of turns, 39, when the transcript of death and illness for the slave comes to the Elohim of death, he says, 40, my creator, when shall I take the ruh, the soul of the slave? 41, in what form shall I lift it? El, may he be exalted, says 43, O Luhum of death. 44, this is the knowledge of the unseen. None have knowledge of it except me. For I shall inform you of the arrival of his time. 46, and make signs for you that you will overstand. 47, the Anunnaki who is in charge of their breaths and deeds will come to you and say, 48, the breath of so-and-so is finished. 49, the one who is in charge of his provisions and deeds will say, 50, his provisions are finished and his deeds are well. 51, if he is among the happy, his scroll carried by the Anunnaki, Elohim of death, will have on it his name with a line of gold light around it. 52, if he is amongst the wretched, you will see around it a red line. 53, the knowledge of that is not complete for the Anunnaki, Elohim of death, until a leaf falls on him from the tree which is below the throne. 54, and the name of the one about to die is written on the leaf. Then the Anunnaki of death takes his nafs, spirit. Murdiyk'El will descend with a scroll to the Anunnaki, Elohim of death from Anu, unencumbered, most glorified and exalted. 56, and on it is written the name of the one whose nafs spirit he has commanded to be taken. 57, the place in which the nafs is to be taken and the cause of it being taken. 2 drops will fall from under the throne on the name of its owner. One is pink and the other green. If a pink drop falls on the name, he knows that he is wretched and malevolent. If a green drop falls on the name, he knows that he is happy and benevolent. And this is what he taught of benevolence and malevolence. Of the benevolent, that is the agreeable good ones, in you I can speak, but not of malevolence, disagreeable, the evil ones. For what is evil but good, tortured by its own hunger and thirst? Verily, when good is hungry, it seeks food even in dark caves, and when it thirsts, it drinks even of dead waters. You are benevolent when you are one with yourself. Yet when you are not one with yourself, you are not malevolent, for a divided house is not a den of thieves. It is only a divided house, and a ship without rudders may wander aimlessly amongst perilous isles, yet sink not to the bottom. You are benevolent when you strive to give to yourself, yet you are not malevolent when you seek gain for yourself. For when you strive for gain, you are but a root that clings to the planet Earth and sucks at her. The fruit cannot say to the root, be ripe and full, ever giving of your abundance. For to the fruit giving is a need, as receiving is a need to the root. You are benevolent when you are fully awake in your speech, yet you are not malevolent when you sleep, while your tongue staggers without purpose. And even stumbling speech may strengthen a weak tongue. You are good when you walk to your goal firmly and with bold steps, yet you are malevolent when you go thither limping. Even those who limp go not backward. But you who are strong and swift, see that you do not limp before the lame, deeming it kindness. You are benevolent in countless ways, and you are not malevolent when you are not benevolent. You are only loitering and sluggish pity that the stages cannot teach swiftness to the turtle. In your longing for your giant self lies your goodness. And that longing is in all of you, but in some of you that longing is a torrent, rushing with might in the sea, carrying the secrets of the hillsides and the songs of the forest. And in others, it is a flat stream that loses itself in angles and bends and lingers before it reaches the shore. But let not him who longs much say to him who longs little, wherefore are you slow at halting? For the truly benevolent asks not the naked, where is your garment? If you're enjoying this reading of the Holy Tablets, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next divine revelation. Thank you for watching All Eyes on Egypt TV, your home for right knowledge, right wisdom, and right overstanding. Powered by www.aeoebookstore.com, carrying the largest selection of books by Dr. Malachi Z. York.